Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's K-Gibbs F1 here, and welcome to the FormulaXbox Rocket League Season 2 Game Week 7 Roundup. And well, strap in folks, we've got 15 games coming up, which means statistics galore and more waffle than even Captain Birdseye could handle over the next 10 minutes. Will we fit everything into 10 minutes? Well, probably not. Should I stop waffling in the intro? Absolutely. And we'll start with the guys who are still top of the table. They've been top for so many weeks now. It is, of course, luck. They are being chased down by Angulation Sensations, but a 3-0 win over the Red Devils started their game week. And it was 2 goals from Wes and 1 save from Midge, the only highlight, in fact, for the Red Devils. And luck, as I said, Wes with the 2 goals and a solid performance from them. They were less solid, it must be said, against Disconnected United later in the week, as Disconnected took a 4-3 victory over the Championship leaders. Azar managed to score 3 goals and chalk up 3 saves for luck, but it was a hat-trick from Melanie which proved the match-winning contribution. The Finn had a fantastic week in front of goal, and that carried forward to their match against Team Estonia, as well as Disconnected United won out 4-1 against Team Estonia, what was a Game Week 6 fixture. There was another hat-trick here from Melanie, which added to the goal he scored in the match I'll explain a bit later on, means that he's now on a total of 19 goals, and certainly making a bit of an impression on the Golden Wheel Award leaderboard. Team Estonia were the next up. They won 3-2 against the Icemen in what was the Game Week 3 fixture. The Icemen actually bottled a 2-0 lead in this one, so Kieran and Scott were very disappointed with that. K-Gibbs, Kieran, of course, scoring 2 goals from 6 shots, with the accuracy of a stormtrooper there, 1 in 3. So not good from him, needs to be a bit more clinical in front of goal. But yeah, it was disappointing from them. Still yet, of course, to take a victory in this season. Now, the Central Element played an extraordinary amount of games this week. They were very, very busy. In fact, I think Luke and Maestro probably didn't stop playing Rocket League all week. And they actually won 4-2 against the Red Devils. Red Devils' second defeat of the week. It was a bad week for them in their title hopes. And Luke scoring a hat-trick in this one. Midge and Devil both with a save, but it just wasn't enough on the day. Central Element winning out there. And they also won out against Team Estonia. It was a 3-1 win for the Central Element in this one, in what was a Game Week 6 fixture. Luke with 2 goals, 2 saves. Jack Spar with 5 shots, but only able to convert 1. So not a very good conversion from him, almost on K-Gibbs' level on that front. So tricky week for Team Estonia in general. Of course, from their 3 games, they beat the Icemen, but lost the other 2. Back to the Central Element now, and it was a 2-1 win for them over Disconnected United. Maestro on the score sheet this time, with a save to match as well. Luke with 4 saves though, so very, very solid in defence once again, as we've come to expect from Luke. And it included a string of fantastic saves from both Luke and Maestro, it has to be said, while the game was at 1-1 with a minute to go. It was uploaded on the FormulaXbox Twitter page if you haven't seen it yet. It was sensational as far as the saves was concerned, as far as the defending was concerned from them, and it really did win them the match. Disconnected United threw the kitchen sink at the Central Element, and the Central Element were up to the challenge. Angulation Sensations now moving on to those guys. The Central Element played against them this week as well in what was a suspended Game Week 3 fixture, and Angulation continue their march to the top. It was a 4-1 defeat for the Central Element. Nathan Avey scoring 3 of the goals for Angulation, and the Riff scoring 1 this time, but 10 shots from them prompted 7 saves from Luke, which is actually a FormulaXbox record, I believe, as far as saves goes. So very, very solid stuff there from Luke indeed, once again in front of goal. In front of his own goal in terms of defending. Angulation then went on to win 3-0 against the Red Devils, whose difficult week continued. 12 shots from Angulation this time, 6 saves from Midge, so he nearly matched Luke as far as the saves are concerned, but even more shots from Angulation this time. They're just so clinical in front of goal, but they just get so many shots away as well, which is part of the game of Rocket League, because if you're getting shots away, you can force mistakes from your opponents, however good they are in defence. The Massive Horse also took out a win against Central Elements, so it was a couple of defeats for Luke and Maestro this week. This was a Game Week 5 fixture. Insignia scoring 3 goals here. Luke with the 2 for the Central Element. Not much more to say about that game, really. The Massive Horse also went on to win 4-1 against the Central Element again in what was their Game Week 6 fixture. Dalbian this time with a hat-trick of goals and a hat-trick of saves to match as well. So with regards to those guys, the Massive Horses week was very, very solid. 2 wins, and they're really progressing well. Dalbian's proving so clinical in front of goal, which is making a big difference for them. The Central Element, a 4-1 victory against Matkev, was their final game of the week. Luke with 3 goals this time, and Dan Mack with 3 saves. And Matkev against Team Estonia took out a victory, their second win, I believe, of the season. And it was a 5-3 victory here for Kev and Dan. Kev this time scoring a hat-trick of goals, and given that he usually plays in defence, that's a pretty solid return for elusive Kev, of course, former Xbox veteran. So, if we turn now to the standings, the top 6 at week 7, we've got Luck still on top, having played 11 on 26 points, but look at that. Angulation Sensations with 4 games in hand, no less, and yet defeated in FormulaXbox Rocket League, are just 5 points now behind them. So Luck really are looking over their shoulders now, and you only a matter of time, you'd imagine, until Angulation Sensations hit the front, and when they do, will anybody be able to keep pace with them? It remains to be seen. Massive Horse, as I mentioned, have really come into form of late. 6 wins, 1 in overtime, 2 defeats only for them all season, in regular time anyway. And they're on 21 points as well, so matching Angulation Sensations. And the Central Element, after their frantic, furious games week, they're on, having played 12, on 21 points as well. So there's 3 tied for second at the moment. But with lots of games still to be played for Angulation Sensations and Massive Horse, you'd imagine that they could stretch out a little bit of a lead over the Central Element. Red Devils, having played 12 games, the same as the Central Element, are 2 points behind Luke and Maestro at the moment. That's a difficult game week for them. They've just dropped off the pace as far as the championship fight is concerned. Disconnected United, 8 played, 5 wins for them, 1 in overtime, same as the Red Devils as far as those stats are concerned, 18 points for them. In the bottom half, we've got Matkev United, as I said, won 2 games in regular time, 1 in overtime. They're sitting on 8 points at the moment. Team Estonia follow them up. The Monstrous Cushion, then second from bottom, and the Icemen. 9 played, still no victories for them, still not even a game taken to overtime, in fact, and they're sitting rock bottom on 0 points so far. Heading over now to the Golden Wheel Award, it's still Azar sitting on 32 goals, sitting pretty on the top of the table. And the Central Elements, Silent Mole, of course, Luke sitting on 25 goals, second to Azar at the minute. And as I said, after their solid game week, to be fair, it has to be said, with lots of games played, that's really been a boost to Luke's numbers. The Rift then follows him up for Angulation Sensations on 24, Wes for Luck as well on 21. Melanie, after, like I said earlier, a solid week for him. 2 hat-tricks to match. 19 goals from him as total. And Dalby and Nathan Avey then sitting on 18 apiece. So that has been Game Week 7 of FormulaXbox Season 2. Thanks for sticking with us on that one, guys. There was a lot of games to go through, but I hope you've enjoyed this roundup anyway. Please leave your thoughts on the Game Week in the comment section below, and like the video if you've enjoyed. Game Week 8 will be up very shortly for you indeed, and hopefully lots more games played there as well. But until next time, we shall see you very soon. Goodbye.